I do know that Draymond once tried out for football.
And he looked like some trash out there.
And he did try out to be an offensive player because he was trying to play tight end.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
Yeah, it didn't look good. It also didn't look good when he whacked he did a little whacking of another Timberwolves player last night and another opposing player in Naz Reid. And it looked pretty clear-cut. He got a technical. He gets 2 more, and he's going to get suspended for a game. If he gets a flagrant, he's going to get suspended for a game. He's run it up. He's run up his foul tab. And so you'd assume that afterwards, hey, listen, just typical, got to own it. Seemed pretty obvious to everybody. And instead, Draymond took this approach.
I look like the angry black man. I'm not an angry black man. I'm a very successful, educated black man with a great family. And I'm great at basketball. I'm great at what I do. The agenda to try to keep making me look like an angry black man is crazy. I'm sick of it. It's ridiculous.
Well, you do kind of come across as an angry black man. Because you're angry. You come across, let's break it down, though. Let's break it down. Because you could be an angry white man, too. Right? But let's break it down in all sensibility and just, kind of be obvious about it. Okay? Does he come across as angry on the hoop court?
Well, I'm not going to go that far. I will say he does sound like he has sinusitis, which is when you've got like chronic congestion of your sinuses. The way he talks.
You won't go as far as to say he comes across as angry on the court.
I don't think he comes across as angry. I think he comes across as dirty.
Well, I'll say this: it does seem.
No, you got to pay attention. His interactions between him and the players and especially the referees.
He's vocal.
I don't have a problem. Angry. Okay, but I don't have a problem with any player that is ticked off to play or angry to play. Like I'm always
not debating if it's okay or not, or his passion or whatever. I'm just saying,
Brady, you're making him angry. Stop.
Let's state let's state the obvious. The obvious is he comes across as angry.
Okay, to your point, he does seem angrier than not angry. Like, I don't look at him and say, "Oh, he's a happy-go-lucky guy." Yeah.
Correct.
Happy to be there.
It's very okay. If you want, would it make him feel better if it were confrontational? He comes across as very confrontational. Is that okay?
Confrontational. I do feel that's probably a better way of describing it, because I do feel like he has an issue with every foul that's ever been called on him, and it's like, dude, at some point, come on.
Okay.
Like how many?
They're not all not fouls. Like, come on.
And by the way, he's not light skinned. You don't look like Steph Curry.
He's the equivalent of John McEnroe.
Okay,
it's the same thing with basketball. Is that fair?
Yes.
He's the John McEnroe of the NBA.
Angry white man.
That's one of the great opposite race comps of all time. Can we get a round of applause for Brady?
He's
angry white man.
Because, by the way, I think he'll also be good at commentating, which he's done from time to time.
And he's great.
But he reminds me of John McEnroe. When I see Draymond Green, that's what I think of. But
irritable people, like even Coach Bobby Knight, like irritable white man. Just irritable.
Like, dude, that was in. Like, it clearly hit the line. It was in.
Irritable white.
Like everyone saw it.
Irritable white syndrome?
Yes.
Is that a new thing?
No, I don't know about syndrome.
Irritable white
Just
syndrome.
Irritable white man. Y'all got problems.
I think my wife has IWS.
Dang. Irritable white syndrome, huh? Dang. Well, and Draymond, we didn't finish the last obvious. Again, he's not light like Steph Curry. So to say Steph Curry's an angry black man would not hit the same way. Steph Curry would not get offended by being called an angry black man. No, he wouldn't. He would not. Even though Kaepernick doesn't even look black.
Did you just go with the pigment comment?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
Sure. It plays a part. It certainly plays a part. And what's crazy is both of Steph Curry's parents are black. It ain't even like he's a biracial black kid. He's black. He's just super light. Different color, like doesn't have brown eyes like most of us do. Like,
so it's the tint.
If I'm being honest, it plays a part.
Is this something that, by the way, white people should do more often? I feel like maybe Italians do it. Where if they have like darker olive skin,
Yes,
but I don't feel like
Italians do. I grew up with a lot of Italians. Italians do this.
They do it a little bit.
Sicilians and Italians.
I got no shot.
They have beef with one another on skin color.
But there's never like another white person that walks up to Jonas and goes, "Oh, you're too pale, bro. You ain't
gosh,
white."
look at how you look. Yeah,
you ain't white.
Yeah,
you're not white, bro.
LaVar's styrofoam cup has a better tan than I do. Like it's ridiculous. I get burnt. Like
am I wrong though?
No.
Like do white people
true.
tell people they're not white enough or they're too white? I don't know.
I don't think black
can we
people
start
do.
that?
We do the whole if you're black enough, because they dang sure was attacking and coming after my boy Saquon after he went and saw the president and golfed with the president. Like we love doing that to one another. You're not black enough, or you're on the porch, or you dig in the trash. You're a trash can digger, and because I won't say the
What
word.
is that?
I could say what the animal is.
What do you mean by that?
I could say what it is, but in this context, I don't like using it that way.
He's trash.
So no, it ain't that he's trash. It's what goes into the trash.
It's a particular animal.
It's a particular animal that has thumbs, uses thumbs.
Wait, is this something that was dumping out in my pool?
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember the great outdoors?
Yeah.
Hey man, I got a lot of respect for those things after watching them multiple times on camera eat pizza out of my trash can.
Yeah, very smart,
and then
very
take dumps in my pool and go to the other side and wash their hands off.
Well, that tends to
They're
be
super intelligent.
That tends to be
And they're
our
kind of
go-to.
polite.
That tends to be our go-to animal when we want to disparage one another and let you know that you're not in. You know, you're not
Really?
part
There's
of the
so many
in-group.
more insulting animals to call somebody, like a rat. You can call somebody a rat.
Yeah, a rat is different though.
Yeah, but then you might be confused with like Mickey Mouse. And you just say that because you love like mafia movies.
No.
Oh, who's the rat?
Well, no,
who's the
like-
guy rat?
Yeah,
rat,
it's
like
just
rat.
It has a
Nobody-
different feel to it.
Nobody likes rats. Anybody that has a pet rat is a weirdo or a bum. Like so.
Yeah,
but I know my sister had what you're referring to. She had
Yes.
several of them.
Pets?
Yeah.
What about starfish? I've heard.
I've never
That
heard
use-
of that.
You haven't?
Never heard of starfish.
I've seen them. I've never had them as a pet.
I've never heard of that being used as a derogatory
It was used
term
in
for someone.
a certain context.
I don't know. I'm not in on that.
Like, oh, they were just starfishing it.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't.
I just know when
I
you,
do.
When
I
you,
just don't want to continue.
when you use the one I'm talking about, it is truly offensive. Like that to me. If you called me that, take away the rack and finish it with the last part. That's the equivalent, because the N-word doesn't bother me. Like it doesn't get me. Like I just feel like there's no that doesn't get me. Like you could come up to me and say that, like I heard it on the football field. Tell you your mother's one. Like that doesn't bother me. But if you hit me with the COON, that it for some reason that one agitates me. It's an irritant. Like you won't get me out of character. I won't find myself out of character. But it will, like it on the inside. I probably beat your ass on the inside. I probably felt a little bit of like real animosity towards you if you hit me with that.
Why do you think
Why do you think
that Draymond Green went angry
it
black
makes
man
me
from the
feel-
bottom of the deck?
It makes me feel like somebody approached him in that manner.
Or
Right?
Or maybe if he thinks if he goes with that card from the bottom of the deck,
They
that
can't
they're-
keep giving him technicals.
or they'll maybe rescind it.
I mean, it sounds strategically sound, Jonas. Like if you're really being, if we're being honest and you're taking a good stab at it from a sensible perspective, why not play the woke card? Why not play the woke card? It's so the woke card, the alphabet card, you could get away with a lot. You could get away with a lot. If you're saying he's turning this into a racial profiling thing, oh, the angry black man.
So
You come at me, the angry black man, the angry black. Yeah, I mean, referees come under fire for gambling, for not being, all about, the whole up and up. on how they call games.
And if there was a league,
you don't want the NBA.
It was real sensitive.
You don't want the NBA getting caught up into any of those type of matters or any type of issue.
So if
they got social justice and all this stuff, justice for all, Black Lives Matter. You got all these things on the courts. You're putting it on your jerseys.
So
Jonas, you might be on to something.
So if that's the case, I gotta be honest with you. I get it.
But here's my thing, though.
I get it. Like,
hold on.
If he's got look,
hold on.
But if he realizes, look, our chance to win this series with Steph Curry out is me beating
the hell out of people.
Me being physical and playing a certain type of basketball to try and get them out of their rhythm.
Dirty.
And he realizes, man,
it's an educated.
We're gonna have Steph gone for another 2 games probably, and if I get 2 more technicals, I'm gonna be suspended a game, and then we got no shot.
And that's 1 a game. He's known to get at least 1 or 2 a game.
He's good for at least 1 or 2 a game.
Yeah.
And so I look at it, I go, I wonder if he's like, man, I gotta figure a way. And if he's going with this,
not a horrible theory. I'm just saying, it's not a horrible theory.
It'd be friendly fire then, because wasn't Tony Brothers the chief official, crew chief?
Can you say that on the air?
I mean, that's
Tony
not
Brothers?
considered.
I can dump it.
It's not. No, you can say that.
Whoa.
Friendly fire.
What?
It's his real name.
What?
His name's Tony Brothers.
Yeah, it's his real name.
What are y'all talking about?
Lorraine, don't worry about it, bro. Like, that was not a dumpable offense. You're fine.
He wasn't calling him a name. He was calling him his name.
But so here's the thing: is the crew chief?
The bit went over Lorena's head, and she took that way too literal.
The crew chief is Tony Brothers.
Yeah.
The other referees were Tyler Ford and Brian Forte.
Which Tony Brothers is a brother, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right. So I get it. It wouldn't, and that wouldn't be called friendly fire. That would be called black on black crime. That's
just so people understand the importance of whether or not they rescind that technical. Is if he gets 2 more, he gets suspended.
Yeah,
for a game.
So he's for a game, correct? Yeah. So he's at a point where we know how this works with him. There'll probably be another at least this series, if not 2 more. So you can almost suspect if frustrations continue to mount, he could miss another game. Going back and watching the replay, it looked like he extended his elbow in an unnecessary fashion to be able to hit him in the face. That's how I'd view that.
Yes.
It did seem like an unnatural movement to be able to hit someone in the face with your elbow like that. And it seems like he does that a lot. Like everything, it's like, oh, well, if it wasn't dirty, it would look like it's more natural to the play. But every time like you slow it down, it looks like your body's going in one direction. Then all of a sudden, you just kind of, this elbow comes flying out of nowhere. That's not typically how your body works and how it moves.
I mean,
the group chat is off the chain right now, is all I'm going to say.
I got to be honest with you.
And you know what? I'm all in on starfish.
Listen, I got to be honest with you.
I'm all in on starfish.
Just upon further review, top of my head, I cannot think of one technical that Draymond has got or one flagrant he's gotten that he hasn't deserved. Like every one of them has been, it kind of makes sense.
And by the way,
he's stepping on people, kicking them in the nuts, hitting them in the face. Like he choked Rudy Gobert. He put him in a rear naked choke earlier in the season.
Full Nelson style.
Come on, man. Like these are not, it's not like these are, could have gone either way. No, it's pretty cut and dry. That's a flagrant or a technical. And he's using this to try and buy him some time.
It's pretty safe to say they've given him some grace in many, many occasions as well.
Yes.
They're 100% could be, should be, would be more under different circumstances. Again, you even hear the commentators say that they have a higher threshold and tolerance for Draymond Green because he does it all the time. Yeah. Think about that. If anybody else in the league is coming at them officials the way that Draymond does, they're getting a tech. They have actually developed a tolerance for Draymond Green and his antics. It just is, and that's reality. You can't turn that into a color thing, Draymond. Like that's ridiculous. Like you are a black man. Like boom, you're black. and you do come across as angry. Boom, you're angry. So, Bell, if they put it together, whether they say black man angry or angry black man, if the shoe fits, you cannot acquit. You can't. You guilty, dog. If you want that mess to be over, you want me to speak on it?
Speak on.
I'm going to speak on it. If you want people to stop talking to you about you being an angry black man,
better stop.
Then stop being angry while being black.
Knock it off.
Can I ask you to do one thing, LaVar?
What?
Could you demonstrate the difference between an angry white man and an angry black guy?
Yeah, what's irritable white syndrome and angry black man?
Hey, pal. Hey, pal. I'll tell you what. I'm going to film you and I'm going to call the authorities immediately upon your mistreatment and usage of your authority. You will be hearing from my lawyer.
Are you freaking crazy? I had the right of way.
I just don't believe this. All I was doing was walking down the sidewalk, minding my business. And this is what you're going to do? I don't believe that this is satisfactory behavior by any means or stretch of the imagination. This is ridiculous. I've never in 20 years experienced such poor service from a person.
I'll bet you right now. Hey, I'm willing to bet right now Draymond Green doesn't get called for a technical next game. I'm willing to bet.
He can't do, like, all seriousness, and those are bits, by the way, people. just so you are clear.
No, irritable white syndrome's really got
that is a real thing.
Staying power.
That does. You can't do the things that he does. Like, you can't kick a dude in the head and drive his head into the ground and not get a technical. You can't throw your arm in a way after the ball's been stripped away from you and you don't have possession of the ball anymore. In some way, somehow, your hand turns into, a slapping mechanism. Like, it just doesn't. You can't justify the reason why I'm comfortable joking around with it and poking fun at what he's saying. Like, you can't justify it being anything else other than you're playing as a dirty player. And then if you wanted to take it down the lane of being angry black man, then that's on you to do it. That's on you. You happen to be a black man. That's what you happen to be. Racial, orientation. You're considered a black man unless you identify with something different these days, which people are allowed to do that. You're allowed to identify with something different. But as anybody else out there can see it, they're identifying you as a black man. And you are also angry with your actions. Like, you don't have to try to do that. Like, you don't have to try to leverage where society and culture is right now and try to perpetuate all of the hate and all of the racial discord and sexual orientation discord and all of the wokeness that's going on in our society right now. It's running rampant, and for you to take sport and something that you clearly do, by the way, it's something that you clearly live in, and try to turn it into that. I think in the climate of our country, I think it's kind of irresponsible, to be honest. I think it's very irresponsible. You could stand on a different hill than angry black man. Draymond, you do come across as an angry black man on the court. Like, you come across as an angry player, and you're black. So take it for what it's worth. You don't see nobody else out there on the court doing what he does. Name me one other player that you see during the course of the game that goes to the extent and the degree of intensity of how they execute, whether they're talking to you, whether they're playing defense, whatever it may be. Who does it like Draymond Green does it? And then the question becomes, is it okay to accept how Draymond is, that's just how Draymond Green is?
And by the way, after he picked up the technical, you can argue he should have gotten another one. He was in that ref's face. In his face, arguing, and there were people were looking at it like, hey, you got to come get him. Like Steph Curry came off the bench to get him. Jimmy Butler got subbed back in to try and get him out of the game and get him to calm down. They're saying, hey, listen, maybe you should go to the locker room. So I'm telling you, man, I think it worked. I don't think he's getting a technical next game.
Well, we'll see. I don't think those referees have any choice but to ref these games. If the dude does something as egregious as he's been doing to get the text that he's already got, you can't now not call a tech. If he comes down on a dude, flops on him, and puts his foot on the dude's head and hits his foot off his head and his head hits off the court, you can't say in your mind, can't give him a tech. They're going to think that this is racially driven, this is racially motivated, can't give him a tech. That can't happen.
If there was a league that was going to let it fly, I'm telling you.
It can't happen.